Beowulf's dagger, his iron blade, had finished the fire-spitting terror that once protected tower and treasures alike. The grey-bearded lord of the Geats had ended those flying, burning raids forever. Then Wiglaf went back, anxious to return while Beowulf was alive to bring him treasure they'd won together. He ran, hoping his wounded king, weak and dying, had not left the world too soon. Then he brought their treasure to Beowulf, and found his famous king bloody, gasping for breath. But Wiglaf sprinkled water over his lord, until the words deep in his breast broke through and were heard. Beholding the treasure, he spoke haltingly. "For this gold, these jewels, I thank our Father in heaven, ruler of the earth. For all of this that his grace has given me, allowed me to bring to my people while breath still came to my lips. I sold my life for this treasure, and I sold it well. Take what I leave, Wiglaf. Lead my people, help them. My time is gone. Have the brave Geats build me a tomb. When the funeral flames have burned me and built it here, at the water's edge, high on this spit of land, so sailors can see this tower and remember my name, and call it Beowulf's Tower. And boats in the darkness and mist, crossing the sea, will know it." Then that brave king gave the golden necklace from around his throat to Wiglaf, gave him his gold-covered helmet and his rings, and his mail shirt, and ordered him to use them well. "You're the last of all our far-flung family. Fate has swept our race away, taken warriors in their strength, and led them to the death that was waiting. And now I follow them." The old man's mouth was silent, spoke no more, had said as much as it could. He would sleep in the fire soon. His soul left his flesh, flew to glory. And when the battle was over, Beowulf's followers came out of the wood, cowards and traitors, knowing the dragon was dead. Afraid while it spit its fires to fight in their lord's defense, to throw their javelins and spears, they came like shame-faced jackals, their shields in their hands, to the place where the prince lay dead, and waited for Wiglaf to speak. He was sitting near Beowulf's body, wearily sprinkling water in the dead man's face, trying to stir him. He could not. No one could have kept life in their lord's body, or turned aside the Lord's will. World and men and all move as he orders, and always have, and always will. Then Wiglaf turned, and angrily told them what men without courage must hear. Wexton's brave son stared at the traitors, his heart sorrowful, and said what he had to. "I say what anyone who speaks the truth must say. Too few of his warriors remembered to come when our Lord faced death alone. And now the giving of swords, of golden rings and rich estates is over, ended for you, and everyone who shares your blood. When the brave Geats hear how you bolted and ran, none of your race will have anything left but their lives. And death would be better for them all, and for you, than the kind of life you can lead, branded with disgrace." Then the warriors rose, walked slowly down from the cliff, stared at those wonderful sights, stood weeping as they saw Beowulf dead on the sand, their bold ring-giver resting in his last bed. He'd reached the end of his days, their mighty war-king, the great lord of the Geats, gone to a glorious death.